Are the officials today. There is Michael Jordan and Bill Cartwright. That was the first time in Lambier's career that he did not score in a game. The Pistons are in blue, the Bulls are in white. Keep in mind that in the only 2 losses in the playoffs for Detroit this year, those were the only 2 games in which the opposition scored 100 points. Here's one of the reasons why they don't. Going to jump it again. Pistons are 2-2 on the road in postseason. And we're going to jump it again.
What's happening is they're trying to steal the tap, both centers, trying to get it on the way up.
Chicago's ball with John Paxson still showing effects of that sprained ankle.
Let's see the movement now. They try to go down inside to get either Grant or Pittman off early.
Here's Grant. Lambier made him change his shot. Here comes Isaiah Thomas chugging up court. Foul, no basket if it goes. And it's against Paxson.
Chicago personal foul, John Paxson.
Isaiah is picking up right where he left off in Game 3, coming out early, pushing the ball hard, and then looking for the shot immediately. Very methodical team. They work very, very hard in freeing people.
Plenty of time on the clock, 10 seconds. Now 7. And they're going to have Cartwright with a hold.
The reason why Billy is upset is while they were jockeying, Cartwright versus Edwards, they both grabbed onto one another, and they caught the second one. Now just watch this. See right there, Edwards had Billy. Now as Billy came over, their arms were locked.
Anyone that's listened to your broadcast know that they only catch the second guy. Here's Edwards. Edwards got on early. He got off early in game number 3. He gives Detroit the lead.
The reason why Detroit goes into Edwards early is so that they test your defense. They want to see where the double teams are going to come from and see your early rotation.
Edwards picking up Pippen on the switch. Pippen goes all the way in to tie it up, and a beautiful move by Scotty.
Detroit game plan is try not to allow Scottie Pippen to get into the lane off the dribble.
Which is what he did. Thomas, 4-2.
See, that's the set that they usually put in for Dumars and Vinnie Johnson early, but Isaiah has been red hot game 3 and early today.
Cartwright loses the ball, picked up by Edwards. Been a big struggle for Cartwright in this series. Most points he has scored in one game is 8. Foot blocked by Grant. They didn't call it. Pippen on the other side. Should have been a new 24, I think, for Detroit.
Well, it depends upon whether the referee thought that the ball was deliberately kicked or whether it just came off a foot.
Jordan. Grant crashing the board. Thomas. Great, really scrapping out there.
Great hustle.
Crowd going early today.
A nice movement by Michael to free himself up underneath. He lost his defensive man. Now here's baseline picks for Joe Dumars.
You know they're going to try to get Dumars going after that silent game number 3, and maybe Lambier as well, who did not score, and now he's on the board.
See, smart basketball. Grant switched out, leaving Michael Jordan on Lambier. They have a big mismatch there. He can take him on the post-up.
Jordan goes in. He can't ask for anything better than that. And now the Pistons with the lead and the ball. Now Paxson is guarding Dumars on this time down the court. Jordan is on Thomas, and the offensive foul called against Joe Dumars.
Well, Paxson definitely knew he's in a one-on-one set. Now look at the hip holding there by Dumars. See, that you just can't have happen. If he beats you off the dribble, the double team must come earlier, so he does not get off the shot. Didn't that sound easy?
Very illegal defense called against Detroit. That's one of the things that the Chicago Bulls coaches feel that they'll be able to exploit today. That is getting the illegal defense call.
Well, see, Chuck Daly doesn't want to hear anything about that because Phil Jackson came out in the newspapers saying that they are in an awful lot of illegal defenses. And here it is early in the game. Boom.
Good pass from Cartwright to Pippen for three. Everything but the basket. They double-teamed Jordan that time. Thomas goes right around Paxson, runs into Jordan, and Michael commits the personal foul. Let's go to Tim Brandt right now.
Dick, Phil Jackson 3 times now down the court has gotten all over the officials. He feels that they're leg whipping Michael Jordan when he comes down the lane. They're tripping and sticking that leg out, and he's warned the officials 3 times now. He's gotten after him. At least he's gotten their attention.
All right, Tim, thank you. Isaiah Thomas, who scored 36 points. His best performance after 2 ineffective games scoring-wise in the first 2 games of this series.
What I like about Isaiah in game 3 in the early part here is how quick he is in changing ends with the basketball and making something happen.
Jordan is posting up now against Dumars. Paxson misses long range. Out of bounds, still Chicago's ball.
See, anytime you have Michael in there, he's a little exasperated. He had Joe Dumars on his back, and with 16 seconds on the shot clock, you'd like to see the ball come in there.
Paxson is wide open, misses. Grant saves it, but still, Chicago cannot afford to miss open shots if they want to stay in this game. Paxson finally hits.
It's good for John's confidence. You know, he's only getting 5 shots a game throughout the entire playoffs. That's very difficult, you know, to continue hitting at a high degree of proficiency.
Here's Pippen. Foul, basket counts. Scottie Pippen was releasing, and Isaiah Thomas would love to have that play back.
Well, Chuck knows that. The one thing, you know, anytime the ball goes up inside, you get a long rebound. You're looking for your guys to get back tough defensively. The only one there is Isaiah, and he inadvertently runs into the guy taking the shot. All coaches say, hey, listen, come on. Not only do they get the shot, but they get the deliberate foul. You don't want the guy to get the shot off. He not only gets the shot off and scores, and then they get the tackle, and the ball could be a 5-point play.
It won't be because he missed a free throw, so we don't have to worry about that, but it could. Now the double trap on Jordan, the extra pass, Scottie Pippen going in strong. Chicago moving the ball as well as Phil Jackson could want.
I tell you, Scottie Pippen shot out of a gun that time. That was an extremely quick penetration. Here's your pick and roll.
Deal, 2-on-1. Jordan. And it's still Bulls ball, and Chicago is getting out on the break on turnovers and missed shots thus far.
Now here you have the pick and roll. Now watch how quickly Chicago traps this. Michael reaches from behind, taps it away. Now on the fast break, they had a 2-on-1, but Michael could not get that pass through.
Grant missed. Nearly 5 minutes have gone by in this first period. The Bulls lead at 10-8. Game number 4. The Pistons won the first 2 at home. Lost game 3 here. Edwards. Pistons aren't getting close to getting any second shots. Jordan, and there's Rodman. Pistons are breaking 3-on-2, and Rodman goes in and is fouled by Scottie Pippen. It'll be his first.
In that fast break opportunity, anytime Michael shoots the ball going to the corner and he fades out of bounds, that opens up the fast break possibility for Detroit.
38% Chicago shooting in a 9-point win in game number 1. Detroit's bench came in big, held Jordan to only 20 points because of that defense, but they moved back to Chicago, and the Bulls came up the elevator. Away went the bars, and the defense went away, and Chicago dominated. And a 107-102 victory, 21 offensive rebounds, and so far the Chicago Bulls have the only 2 offensive rebounds in this game, and as a result, they have gotten 9 more shots than the Pistons.
Well, they're doing an excellent job defensively. forcing Detroit into turnovers as well as hitting the offensive ball.
Pippen committed the foul before the timeout. 14 fouls already against the Bulls, and Rodman hits the first. He has been a struggling free throw shooter, as you know, but up to 44% in the playoffs. And I say up to because he had been lower. Look good there with 2. 10-10 the score. Thomas
Chicago ball.
knocks it away, and the Bulls have 13 seconds to attempt a shot.
Well, cross-court passes are difficult to make against Detroit because they're so quick in the passing lanes.
A single on Jordan with Dumars, and he fires over him just as he did on Saturday.
Well, if you talk to any Detroit player who has to play him, they'll all tell you when he's making the long outside jump shot, he's almost impossible to guard because you're trying to protect against the penetration and breaking the total defense down.
Pippen is guarding Lane Beer and giving him a lot of slack. Inside again, they go to Edwards against Cartwright, and Edwards hits his second. Edwards was ejected, remember, in the second game of this series on a slapping foul, was fined $3,500, but was not suspended. Cartwright hits the shot, and the Bulls regain the lead with 5:35 remaining in the first period. Rebounding virtually even.
Cartwright very active in fronting Edwards down inside.
Edwards has it blocked by Jordan from behind. Goes inside off of Rodman, and it's Chicago ball.
Well, when Michael's healthy, he's the designated double teamer on most of the post action.
Posting up is Cartwright against Edwards. They've been having a skirmish so far in this game.
See, Lambier doesn't know whether to come on the double.
He should have.
That's absolutely right. See, you can't let Cartwright get off and going here. He's very difficult for one guy to play in the low post.
Dumars misses from outside. Rodman keeps it alive. Dumars off the glass. Pippen the rebound, and a loose ball foul called against the Pistons. Or against the Bulls, that is. And let's see whether Michael Jordan has been hit. It is Cartwright with his second foul. 2 on Bill.
Well, Edwards and Cartwright are definitely in a battle there. The two guys are pushing off constantly, trying to get position. Now, here's the rebound, and there's the banging with Grant putting Rodman right out of there. Now, that's the guy that Chicago, they have Grant playing Rodman because they feel that he can put the body on him, use Pippen on Lampier so he can get back in and rebound for him.
Did he put the body on Rodman?
That was just like a little bit of a tap. They do say this is a non-contact sport.
Chicago already in the penalty. Pistons have made just 1 team foul.
Well, if you're from Detroit, you're very happy. Dennis Rodman active, and he's made 3 out of 4 foul shots. That's a good sign for Dennis.
Plus, the scoreboard is a Piston kind of score thus far in the first quarter. 4.5 to play. Cartwright traveled. He was kind of indecisive for a while and finally took steps, and you've got to credit Edwards there.
Well, you see, he didn't have his initial move. He's very frustrated. He made the baseline what we call an up and under. Fake up, let the defensive man commit, and then step underneath him. But he did drag the pivot foot. Big turnover.
Bulls by 3. Dumars. Pippen trying to keep it alive, and he does to Cartwright. Pippen is playing a sterling game off the glass in this first quarter.
Yeah, but Rodman is very much alive in there, keeping the ball up on the glass.
As he always does. Cartwright. 9 on the clock. That's the shot clock. There it is.
Clear out.
Jordan. Paxson's going to fire a 3. And he had to desperately get rid of it when Jordan lost the ball.
Well, he did not have an opportunity to get a good hand control.
Grant knocks it away from Thomas. Paxson feeds Jordan. And Grant has it knocked away, but a foul called against the Pistons. And it'll be against Bill Lambier.
fouls here. See, he puts the hand in. Now, if he didn't have the contact, Isaiah was gone. At the other end of the floor, on Michael's elevation, he knew that he did not have a good shot angle.
Inside, Pippen from Paxson and a foul. Chuck Daly's concerned, and Paxson put a perfect pass in on Scottie Pippen.
See, you're really right about that, Dick, because they're screening for Pippen on the opposite side of the floor, and he's coming off 1 and 2 screens. A very tough cover for Rodman.
First foul on Rodman. Pippen coming off a 29-point game when he came alive big. Chicago making the Pistons work and use up time on the clock.
Now, this is not a man-to-man press. This is a 1-2-1-1, and they're looking for the traps. Now they'll match up. Now, they don't care about that shot right there.
Rodman, outlet pass, and Cartwright overthrew Paxson for the turnover.
Anytime you start the fast break, see, Phil Jackson, he's definitely upset. You know, you try not to make the long pitch out into traffic. Isaiah was only 3 feet away from Paxson. You needed a bullet to get that one through.
3 minutes to go in the first quarter. Thomas. Long rebound, and it's Paxson. Pippen.
There you go. Back it out. Work around. Get in what you are looking for. Get into your set.
Jordan finds an opening. And he'll have a chance for a three-point play.
The reason why that was so beautiful is when Jordan went 1-on-1, the defense was looking for Pippen from the other side of the floor, opening Michael up.
Can you describe the experience of driving your new Eagle Talon in 10 seconds?
I could.
2-2 in an exciting series out west. The winner moving to the NBA Finals. Hubie?
We want to show you a replay here because Scottie Pippen has been opening up on what we call a slice cut. You see, as the ball is rotated to the other side of the floor, Pippen to the right of your screen is going to come off of Bill Cartwright. But what happens this time is he fakes and he goes to the right, opening up the entire left side of the floor, because when we say Michael Jordan 1-on-1, that's like saying opening up the floor.
Right. Well, the reason why they may have been looking for Pippen is that Scottie Pippen has scored 9 points to lead the Bulls. Jordan has 6. Edwards and Thomas each with 4. That's been the scoring situation lately. Mark Aguirre has come in the game. Right now, let's go to Tim Brandt. Tim?
All right, Dick, during that timeout, Phil Jackson told his players, keep your spacing. If they sag down on Cartwright, kick it back out. Don't be afraid to make that extra point. But most of all, just keep running. Don't stop running. He wants his team to stay on the move, the transition, Dick.
All right, Tim. Michael Jordan on the line. Mark Aguirre, you saw, with 22 points, with a fine game, number 3 here on Saturday.
I like what Joe Dumars said about Michael. He's the biggest individual challenge that there is in the league.
And that's coming from one of the best defenders, if not the best. Chicago really making Detroit use up time, not looking for the turnover, but taking time off the shot clock. They got 10 right now. James Edwards, long range. Maybe a little bit out of his range. Paxson.
Oh, there's a gift.
Well, Pippen was in the forecourt. They were very lucky.
See, Scotty's looking. He thought that he had Isaiah.
Steal by Thomas, and it's still Chicago ball.
See, Chuck doesn't like anything that he's seeing here right now. Chicago is out hustling his team. Chicago is outscoring them 16-4 in the painted area.
And Will Perdue has replaced Bill Cartwright in the Chicago lineup with 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Jordan lost the ball. Good defense inside by the Pistons.
Excellent defensive move by Vinnie Johnson.
Pistons have missed 10 of their last 11 shots. And a palming violation called against Vinnie Johnson, who's also come in the game. So Chuck Daly going to his bench early.
See, a big factor so far when you look at Detroit's offense. No second shots. Everything is a jump shot from outside of 10 feet. Long rebounds put Chicago in the open floor.
And 7 turnovers. Lead is 9. 9 on the shot clock. Here's Grant with a turnaround, spinning around Lane Beer.
Very impressed with the aggressiveness, the physical banging of Chicago, and the quickness of foot for the loose balls.
John Sally gets off the Pistons bench. Aguirre, double team. Will Perdue came over to help. And the timing was perfect for the Bulls.
Aguirre's in there to get him going offensively.
Paxson. Nothing doing in the paint. 9 on the shot clock. Paxson from the other side. He's off the mark, and they're going to call Horace Grant for the foul on Edwards, who grabbed the rebound. They're in the penalty, remember.
Now watch the hustle here. Watch the hustle. There it goes down inside to Grant. Lambier gambled that time. Quick move by Horace Grant.
There's Chicago doing a number inside. That's what Detroit was effective at doing in the first 2 games of the series. Now Edwards on the line. Foul story. Dumars is the only Piston with 2. Cartwright has 2 for Chicago. And Sally will replace Bill Laimbeer. So the front court will be Sally, Edwards, and Aguirre for the Pistons. Missed the second free throw. Pippen.
Well, it's that time of the game when Detroit puts their 3 super subs. Vinnie Johnson and Aguirre for the offense. Sally for the shot blocking and rebounding on the floor.
Aguirre with a tough assignment against Pippen. Jordan to Perdue. Crisp passing by the Chicago Bulls. They couldn't play a better first period than they have here.
Great pass by Michael to find Perdue.
Vinnie Johnson with a great pass to Sally. Edwards tipping it. 19 seconds to go, and Aguirre is fouled by Will Perdue. Great relentless work by Detroit that time on the offensive end.
Excellent hustle by Perdue, because in game 3, Will Perdue only played 5 minutes, but he came in aggressively and had 3 shot blocks. And you saw he went right for that block, and if he didn't get it, so what? He can afford his 6 fouls because you know he's not going to play many minutes in this game.
Here's Craig Hodges coming into the game, and
Craig Hodges for Chicago.
see who goes out. Will Perdue. So a smaller team out there in the final seconds. They want the offensive force, and Hodges, though he's been struggling from 3-point territory, is a threat nonetheless. They can play for the last shot.
Now they'll hold. Let's see if they flatten everybody out. By that we mean 4 guys down on the baseline. Michael Jordan at the top. Now it's difficult for Detroit to double team Michael.
All right, less than 6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Jordan will get a shot left of key and hit it. Open shots, they're hitting him, and that'll do it. As the Detroit Pistons miss their last 9 shots of the first quarter. Points. They trailed 2 games to 1. The NBA playoffs now reaching the Eastern Conference Finals in sold-out Chicago Stadium. The last basket by the Detroit Pistons was at the midway point of the first period. So not only good defense, but the Bulls are spreading the wealth offensively and doing a great passing job, Hubie.
Well, you see the 54 shooting percentage. They've outscored Detroit by 17 points inside the painted area. Now Michael has 8 shots, the other starter's 15, but he's not only taking the good shot opportunities, he's passing off and giving them excellent scoring opportunities.
Again, Chicago making Detroit work. They have Hodges and Paxson at guard. Jordan is on the bench as we start the second period.
Now you look at the Detroit offense right now. They're shooting 25%, 4 for 16, 7 turnovers.
That's not championship form, is it? Stacey King is in the lineup for the Bulls. Vinnie Johnson is hemmed in and doubled nicely. The clock's going to run out on him. 24 seconds.
What was so impressive is they not only trapped him, but they put him behind the backboard because he thought that he could elevate and possibly get the jumper off.
Clearing out. Pippen against Aguirre. Sally knocked kicks it to Thomas. Made the old good move off the foot of the opponent.
Excellent save that time by Isaiah. Smart play off the foot. But unfortunately for Isaiah, you know, his balance gave way and he went right over the cameraman.
That's frontline duty in this series and in all of the NBA Finals when you get to that point.
See, Chuck is talking to Vinnie Johnson and the small forward so that they will understand they might have to bring the ball up against this press.
Edwards. Fouled by Sally. Loose ball foul. Will they call it? Good point. Yes, it's a basket. Loose ball foul against Sally.
A key guy in this game, once again, is Scottie Pippen. He's averaging over 40 minutes a game, and they need him not only for the points and what he does to the defense, breaking down the Detroit off the dribble, but they need him on the boards.
Sally committed a foul. Lane Beer is back. Edwards to the bench. And Sally commits a foul. He'd love back. Boy, this is an uncharacteristic first half for the Pistons. They're doing things you never see them do defensively.
Say, Chuck Daly taking Sally out right away, bringing Dennis Rodman. Now you say, why? The reason is he does not like to have any of his key defensive guys with 3 personal fouls going into the second half.
So Sally sits down with 2. Dumars is on the bench. He's got 2 fouls. That wasn't in Detroit's plan today. They wanted to make Dumars force Michael Jordan to work.
Plenty of shot clock.
King over Lane Beer. Here's Thomas. 12-point lead for the Bulls early here in the second quarter.
You got to establish Aguirre. There he is down in here. He's got to get it going.
Rebound by Grant. They got a 5-on-4 right now. Hodges. He's been struggling not only in the playoffs, but really all season from the long-range shooting area. Pippen grabs it away from Aguirre on a beautiful alert play.
I tell you, the fans are loving it. They're so aggressive today. There is no intimidation. If there is today, it's with the guys with the white shirt.
Absolutely. Under 10 minutes to go in the first half. Boy, the Bulls are really psyched out here today. Detroit's playing on their heels. That time, though, an offensive foul called against Pippen, his second.
Now watch how the trap comes from the right side of your screen. Here's a reverse dribble. Boom. Scottie Pippen went right for the ball as it was coming off the floor. Anytime you trap, you try to trap the ball before it gets up into that player's hand. Try to deny Scottie Pippen the ball. He's working hard. Pippen in the series is averaging 20 points. Now all of that hand contact, forearm action. Now watch. Now we have a little screen. We call this a rub situation. Now he is going to switch off and pick up Horace Grant. And then his job is to keep Grant off of the offensive board. And you say, well, what is this? He's a small forward, and he is your second best rebounder. And he does all of this in less than 30 minutes of action.
This is amazing. The Pistons have not scored a basket in the last 8 minutes and 20 seconds. That's 12 shots they have missed in a row.
Very few, Dick, have been attempted wide open. Chicago right up and challenging everything. And we're seeing nothing down in the low post area.
Lane Beer at the top. Johnson breaks the string. It was about 8.5 minutes, not 11 plus, but 8.5 since the Pistons had scored. Jordan, with Dumars back in the game, tries to get the pass to Grant, and here's a 3-on-1 break.
Excellent defense by Pippen. Forcing them to pass it out.
Aguirre misses the layup. Second shot opportunity. Rodman doesn't go. There's Vinnie Johnson again, and he traveled.
You can see the exasperation in Detroit. Not only are they missing the shots, they're missing them by a wide margin. Then when they do get an offensive rebound, they're taking the second shot, and what usually happens is you're close, you either score or you get fouled, and nothing is happening.
And 10 turnovers, as you saw.
Here's the 1-4 set.
Jordan. I'll tell you, this is about as bad as the Detroit Pistons have played. The Bulls have had a lot to do with it. But the turnovers and all of the lack of second shots, not ability to put the ball in the basket, this is the worst they have played in the playoffs.
On days like this, you're questioning your offensive sets.
King fouls Aguirre. And that's the first for Stacey King. B.J. Armstrong, the rookie point guard, is in. And right now, let's go to Tim Branch.
Nick, just before Chuck Daly sent Dumars back into the ballgame, he gave him a pretty good old-fashioned dressing down. Then during the timeout, told his team, hey, you guys know what you've got to do. Do your own jobs. But when the ball goes up, crash the boards. He wants everybody now more involved on the offensive and defensive rebounding.
Can't blame him because they haven't done it the last 2 games. Vinnie Johnson, now the microwave starts to cook with a couple of baskets. 10-point lead, though, for Chicago.
Well, it's the first time that we've seen that baseline movement since Vinnie Johnson has come in the game. That's his pet move.
Jordan has plenty of time.
Nice.
Grant. All of the Bulls seem to be headed one way, Huey. That's to the hoop.
Well, they're reacting so beautifully to Michael's penetration. Their men are double teaming, and Michael is finding the pass and giving them a pass that they can catch and shoot.
Vinnie Johnson misses, and a putback by Dennis Rodman. It's interesting you say they don't want to pick up 3 fouls, but Dumars is in the game playing with 2 personals.
Well, the one thing is you must do is try to protect your game right now. You cannot let Michael get off and go down possibly by 18 to 20.
King, great move in against Laimbeer. That's no rookie move, I'll tell you that.
That was nice. It was nice to see him go strong rather than throw that fadeaway jump shot.
Bulls by 12, matches their largest lead. And Armstrong pushes Dumars.
This is what we mean by the quick penetration by Michael. And the double team as it comes, he's finding the free people quick, and they're getting an excellent opportunity to score. Now watch Stacey King in this area here now as he does what we call the up and under, fake up, step underneath, and make the shot. 2 assists for Jordan, but a nice move by King.
Offensive foul. Ball against Mark Aguirre. Chuck Daly can only sit and watch. By the way, the Bulls have brought in their secret weapon, Ed Neely, who had a terrific game inside defensively and off the boards. He's number 45 in the middle.
We have Rodman on Michael Jordan now.
He goes right around Rodman, but Rodman blocks the shot.
Well, you know, Michael had a good release on that, but Rodman blocked it from the rear.
Double team on Aguirre. Swarming defense. And they very nearly turned it over again.
Every time that Detroit takes that basketball down into the corner to double team. Watch how fast Jordan goes by. But now Rodman recovers. See his eyes? Look at him going for that shot block. He picked the point on the floor to come and intercept that shot attempt.
That's why he was all defensive team. Efforts, 8 years in the CBA and NBA, and how has he persevered through it all?
Well, you know, I've been playing basketball since, like, I was 5 years old. My dad was a high school coach, and I've been around it all my life. And, you know, it's just hard to give it up one day, you know. I'm trying to stay in there until they'll take my uniform away from me, which I'm sure they'll do soon. But, you know, it's just something that I enjoy doing, and I like being in this atmosphere, and it's just a great feeling.
You know what's neat about that? At the end of the season, he becomes an unrestricted free agent. And he says, you know, I've been banging around a long time. And he said, I'm fully enjoying everything because next year I could be out of this league.
Or get a lot more money.
That's right. And you know that there is a place for him on many teams because he can rebound, he can play defense, he'll put bodies on people to free your best scorers.
Who couldn't use him?
That's right.
Pistons have scored, listen to this, 6 points in the last 10 minutes of playing time. That's unheard of. Vinnie Johnson, he probably has 4 out of the 6. No foul. Aguirre screaming at Jack Neese. Jordan coming back. Fake on Dumars and he hits. Don't forget Dumars playing with 2 fouls and Michael Jordan with 13 now.
Well, you can read it in his eyes. As soon as he backed and turned around there, he was going to take Joe because he knew no one could get to him for the double team.
Nearly halfway through the second period of a Chicago show all the way on Memorial Day. Dumars off the glass.
What a tough shot. You know, your defense, Phil Jackson over there, he's laughing about that one because your defense can't play that any better.
Well, he needed something to get him going. That was his first point of the game.
Oh, yes. Oh.
You got to say yes when it goes in, but
Right. I'm talking about the catch of the ball. Are you kidding?
I know.
They blocked Michael Jordan up. He couldn't possibly catch that lob.
King goes out with a good move against Lambeer, and Cartwright, who's playing with 2 fouls, replaces him. James Edwards, big man in the lineup for the Pistons. DJ Armstrong, the runner himself, hits one. He's grown up a lot in this series.
Wow, this gives him a lot of confidence because they keep going right at him. Whether he guards Vinnie Johnson or he picks up Isaiah or Dumars, they're trying to take him right away off the dribble because they know they'll get the call if there's any bumping.
Dumars over Armstrong. Long rebound. Jordan was hit by Vinnie Johnson. A loose ball foul. And believe it or not, that might have saved 2 points.
Yeah, Vinnie is saying, whoa, wait a second. He did get into Michael. You'll see this on the long rebound. See, Michael thinks someone else is going to pick it up. Strong move by Vinnie Johnson that time.
And you know, if he doesn't foul him, they'll get an easy 2. Here's Scottie Pippen returning to the game, and going out is Craig Hodges. Isaiah Thomas also back. He has scored 4 points.
Right now, Detroit with their 3 guards. So that puts Dumars guarding Scottie Pippen. They should be looking to post Pippen or slice him into the low post area.
Maybe he'll pick up his 3rd foul, too. That's what Chicago's hoping. Jordan in the lane will go to the line. And Michael Jordan has gone to the line 12 and 13 times in each of the last 2 games.
Well, you see, Chuck is upset because Michael really didn't have anything there that time. When he elevated, you know, like the truly great leapers, that can hang. Watch the hang time, float to the left. You see, they're looking for the foul right there on Isaiah. He's standing underneath him. Now, what I was kind of surprised about was that Jordan didn't pass the ball down inside to Scottie Pippen, who had Dumars playing in front of him.
It did not look as if Isaiah Thomas had really fouled Michael Jordan on that play. I think Chuck has a good point. 4th team foul against the Pistons. Next one will put him in the penalty. Jordan's numbers. They're going to make him work again to bring it up.
Smart basketball. They're down trapping, forcing them to fight the double team, get the ball into the corners.
Rodman. Jordan got a piece of it. What a play. Rodman looked like he had the easy layup. Came out of nowhere.
They challenged every shot attempt today.
Bulls with their biggest lead of the game. Neely with the rebound on Cartwright's miss, and he'll jump it up as Isaiah Thomas at 6'1" tied him up nicely.
Now watch this pass. Rodman thinks he has an uncontested shot. Here comes Jordan. There it is. Clean block. Because he was the back guy in the zone rotation. He came right down the middle of the floor.
6'7" jumping against 6'1", Neely and Isaiah Thomas. Jordan. In and out, and Rodman gets the rebound, and a 15-point lead for Chicago. Long road back for Detroit. Dumars couldn't catch his own pass. No one came to help. Would have been a violation, and now Pippen working against Vinnie Johnson with some height advantage, but he's called for the offensive foul, and that'll be 3 on Scottie.
Yeah, that's a tough one. You know, when you get down in a situation, it's 1 against 4. You should back it out. You'll see Scottie hook the man right there on the baseline. Vinnie Johnson called to the hook. Earl Strom had it, and now they just slipped him with a
technical foul on Pippen. Did he hit Lambeer with the ball? Joe Dumars will go to the line.
Now, the reason why that happened is once he hooked Vinnie Johnson and got by him, they called the foul, but then there was a collision with Pippen and Lambeer underneath the basket, and that's why Pippen flipped the ball at him.
Pippen is out of the game. Right now, it's Cartwright, Neely, Grant. Grant replaced him, and Armstrong and Jordan at guard. Scotty has scored 9 points.
The thing with Detroit, they get a couple of baskets here and defend at the other end. You go off 8 to 10, you're in pretty good shape.
Rodman goes up and the foul. Well, you said defend at the other end. You know they're going to be defending somewhere along the way at the other end.
Chicago personal foul.
Neely on the foul. 4th team foul.
Look at a strong move by Rodman down. You see there, Neely knows he's in there short term. His job is to allow no layups, whether they're off a drive or a second shot.
Correction, that was the 3rd team foul on the Bulls. Detroit has 4.
See, when your role guys come into the game, they're not worrying about fouls. They're playing hard, and they're saying, hey, if I get 4 or 5, so what? I'm out there limited time.
Rodman has made 5 out of 6 from the line. Pretty good. It's a 12-point game. Bulls have come back. Jordan. And the Pistons are really upset with themselves for letting Michael Jordan come in unmolested.
Lambert's hot because 2 Pistons, Rodman first and then himself, should have been able to pick Jordan up that time. They did not.
Neely got a hand on it into the hands of Armstrong. Here's Armstrong. This is a wide open shot from the corner. They could have opened up their biggest lead with that basket. Vinnie Johnson. Short. Rodman. Jordan. Jordan has blocked Rodman twice today inside.
Nice.
Grant from Armstrong.
The block. Now, as Michael throws this ball the length of the floor, watch how the defensive player comes to the dribbler. Beautiful. Opened up the strong dunk. Now watch as Jordan penetrates. Watch how Rodman comes. Michael splits him. There's Lambier. Look how he adjusted to get that shot off. 14 turnovers, and you're shooting 27%. And then you associate that with Detroit, a ball club that usually can get excellent shot opportunities.
Chicago's defense has been magnificent.
It's the best I have seen in the 2 years. They are everywhere, contesting, holding that Detroit's only 1 shot opportunity.
3 minutes to go. Dumar's shot drops.
When Detroit scores a field goal, it's almost like it's a lucky shot that scored it.
Minute ago, the Bulls led by 16, their biggest of the game. Now it's 14.
Got to go down inside. Michael has Isaiah Thomas playing him.
Neely open.
There it is.
Jordan. He had Johnson, he had Thomas, and he scored anyway, and 18 points for Michael Jordan now. 29% shooting by the Pistons. Plus all those other misdemeanors like turnovers. Thomas, foul going in, will shoot. It'll be B.J. Armstrong in Chicago's 4th team foul. Already, Michael Jordan has compiled these numbers, coming off a 47-point game Saturday.
The thing that was great about Michael on Saturday was not only the points and the 10 rebounds, was the fact that he held Joe Dumars and Vinnie Johnson, both guys under double figures. And sometimes that slide buys the board because of the 47 points.
That's why the Pistons wanted to make Jordan work hard and go to Dumars today, but that plan has fizzled because of foul trouble and breakdown.
First time today, a half-court trap. It's a 3-2, looking for the trust, get it to the corner and then down inside.
There's the corner. He'll shoot. Neely. Rodman the rebound with 2 minutes to play in the first half. Isaiah Thomas. He's got 8 now and is a leading scorer for Detroit.
All right, they're going to be in the trap again. What they're trying to do is just change. Just keep changing until we find something that's going to work defensively. And maybe it will kick it out and get us some fast break opportunities.
Here's Grant. Blocked by Lambier and a foul against Bill.
Terrific pass by Jordan. an outstanding move by Grant because he had to come out from underneath. Watch this. He comes out from underneath the backboard. Very strong move. No way could Lambier get that shot without body contact.
Lambier's second personal foul. Horace Grant already has 3 offensive rebounds, and he spurred game number 3 by doing a job off the offensive glass. It's 14 points. Pistons would like to cut 4 off of that margin at halftime, and they'll be very, very pleased if they could do that.
See, the full court pressure with the trap every so often has taken Detroit out of their sync.
Double team on Dumars. 7 on the shot clock. Trap. And they have 4 seconds to attempt the shot. Detroit.
On the side, Dick, anytime they're on that sideline or baseline, the Bulls are all over them.
Rodman. Rebound Grant. And the Bulls will let Rodman shoot from there all day. 1 minute remaining in the first half. Jordan gets by the double.
Yes.
Cartwright. A clinic first half run by the Bulls at both ends. Dumars. Boy, Detroit's got to be shell-shocked at this point. Jordan. 20-second timeout.
Now watch Jordan split the double team here. On the reverse move, here he comes, coming straight. Now catch this pass. Look at that shovel pass, but Cartwright was looking for it. Now keep an eye on the faces of the people there. Here's Michael teamed up with Dumars. Moving the feet. Now here comes the help on the trap. See, the double team is everywhere today. Good recognition right there by Isaiah. Smart move. Anytime that Detroit is shooting and they're missing, that ball is being kicked out and Chicago going strong.
15 on the shot clock. Thomas. Tipped in. Rodman got the tip in. 16-point lead by Chicago, and they can play for the last shot of the first half.
Now, anytime Michael stands out here, he forces the double team. It opens up somebody. What? You cannot double team him from the wings without opening up a wingman. If you rotate to the wingman, it opens up the guy down on the baseline area.
20-second timeout called by Chicago. Daly screaming at his team or talking loudly. Tomorrow night in the West, 9 o'clock Eastern, 2-2, Chambers and Kersey, the big forward matchup there.
We're seeing great basketball by those 2 players. They are really sparking their team from an offensive standpoint. Kersey, the guy on the right, just doesn't receive. He might be one of the unheralded guys that we have in this league. He does it all.
Now the Suns lost by a point in game 1 at Portland, blew a 22-point lead in the second game, and then were convincing at home. And the question is, can they finally win? Was it 18 straight that the Suns have lost in
18
Portland?
in a row.
There's the time running out. Jordan has it blocked or deflected by Thomas. Still 2 seconds to go, and it's Bulls ball. Rodman with 9 is the leading scorer for the Pistons. And the half is over, thankfully, for Detroit. But Chicago would like to keep playing. And Michael Jordan made it happen. And that is the end of the first half with the score. It's at guard up front, Lambier, Edwards, and Rodman for the Pistons. Lambier in and out, rebound by Grant. He's got Pippen and Cartwright. Paxson with the ball, and Jordan.
Entire first half, Chicago's ball movement, the spacing of the floor, cutters from the opposite sides, coming to the basketball have been the downfall of Detroit.
Jordan gets Rodman in the air, and Rodman fouls it. And for Dennis, that'll be his second. I was surprised that Detroit actually doubled Chicago's output on the offensive boards 10-5 in the first half.
But yeah, Dennis Rodman has the ability. He has 5 of the 10. And when you think about it, he didn't really get them and lay them back up. He kept tapping and tacking, hoping that something would come about.
You know, before the Jordan rules went into effect last year in the playoffs, Jordan had some big games against the Pistons. He had 59 points in a regular season game, 47 in the playoffs. So he's had big games, and he's had 2 of them in this series.
See, this full court press, 1-2-1-1, trapping, getting them out of, coming up the floor and running their patented offense. He's doing an excellent job.
That's one way to beat it, James Edwards.
One of the few times today that they have hit the corner jump shot. We know you get it, but they want you to shoot quick.
Cartwright finds Pippen. In the paint, offensive foul, and that'll be 4 on Scottie Pippen. That'll hurt the Bulls. That really will.
Well, we said earlier, he plays 40 minutes. He's averaging 20 points in this series. They need him defensively on the boards and for the scoring. Now, Phil Jackson has got a major decision. He's going to ride with him right now. You're taking a major chance.
Pippen got in foul trouble in each of the first 2 games as well. Cartwright prevented Rodman from getting another offensive board. Here's Paxson.
As soon as they double Michael when he comes over half court today, the pass is right to the free man, and they are putting terrific pressure on Detroit.
Edwards wants the ball. And a little foul against Chicago. Everyone's standing around as if time had stopped.
Well, no one is sure because Earl made the call from way out by half
It's
court.
Pippen. Is that right? Pippen, or are they going to correct it?
No, he's going to correct it right now.
It's on Grant, not Pippen.
Change, foul, 54, Horace Grant.
Boy, they're breathing easier over on the Chicago bench, I would think.
Hold on, let's face it. There's 10 minutes to go here in this third quarter. Keep an eye on the double team. Cartwright and Jordan double teaming. Now here comes the shot. Now there is Pippen right underneath, and he hits Edwards. Now from there right now, that's Pippen's best.
Not only was Pippen, but Cartwright was closest to it. I didn't even see Grant anywhere near the play. If that was Cartwright near. And anyway, second life, so to speak, for Scottie Pippen, and Edwards hits 1 free throw. Biggest lead was 18. And they've established it again here in the second one. And Thomas gets hit in the chin.
He got popped as Paxson went to reverse dribble that time.
Double team. Good rotation by Rodman. Paxson will shoot anyway. Grant. Last touched it, Detroit ball.
Isaiah still holding on to his chin. He got popped pretty good that time.
Neely will replace Scottie Pippen. Goes out with 4.
Let's watch it. And now watch the elbow. Here comes. There it is right there. Boom. As he went for the reverse, he popped him with the elbow.
Thomas beating Lambeer. Lambeer gets the shot and another Chicago foul. Second team foul on the Bulls already.
See, in a game like today where both teams are so good at rotating and are rotating quick, challenging the shot, anytime you get it in the paint area and you can dunk it, you better dunk it because it's going to be a shot block.
Dumars runs into Jordan. Lambeer at the other side. What does Detroit need to do to get back in the game other than hitting some shots?
Yeah, well, the thing is they can't make anything easy down inside. When you say that the difference in the painted area is 34 to 16, you know, you're talking some big numbers.
Lambeer picks up his third, but Jordan is really jawing at Jess Kersey. Lambeer will go out, replaced by John Sally. Michael finds Paxson. He's hitting that shot like he hasn't so far in this series.
Well, it's tough if you only get 5 shots a game. That's what we said. He's opened up today because Michael, as soon as he gets the double team, is finding him quicker.
Edwards gets in the paint and draws the foul. The third team foul against Chicago.
Chicago personal foul.
We're at Chicago Stadium, a full house and a loud house. Dick Stockton, Hubie Brown, and Tim Brand with you in Game 4 of the best-of-7 Eastern Final. Detroit won the first 2 at home, held serve. Chicago also trying to hold serve as Edwards misses the free throw.
Well, Edwards is 3 for 13 in this series from the line.
And 3 for 6 today. Steal. Thomas. Jordan is there. Dumars. Jordan wasn't going to challenge that.
Well, see, Isaiah took him right to the basket and made him defend. So the pass off, Jordan's not going to pick up the cheap foul.
Neely setting a good pick in the backcourt. Sally to Dumars. And Jackson will get called for the foul, and Rodman and Neely nearly went at it. They're under control, I believe, now.
Well, you know Neely's not going to allow Dumars to go in and get an uncontested layup. That's what we told about. You know what his role is. His role is to take hard fouls, challenge the shot, don't let the guy get it off. Now you'll see it right here. There's your penetration. There he is up in the air. Now Joe also, you know, he's not going to let it happen. He's very strong in the upper body. Rodman coming to the defense of his key guard, Boya.
It was Paxson who committed the foul before the Neely action. But they're all right now. Timeout. Tom Borwinkle, right?
Come on, that was a great basketball
Tom Borwinkle was twice the width of Ed Neely. Dumars hits the free throw.
And with the same role, might I ask.
Exactly.
See, Joe Dumars, 29 points a game in games 1 and 2. He's struggling. Why? Michael Jordan is playing outstanding defense in that matchup.
Look at the difference in free throw attempts. Loose ball foul on John Sally.
Loose ball foul, Detroit.
You know, I'll tell you something. For minutes played, if that was on Sally, right? I mean, Sally, it's incredible how many fouls he has, and he probably hasn't been out there for 5 minutes.
He had 5 the other day. 14-point lead for the Bulls. They're not out of the woods by any stretch.
Nah, when you're good defensively, you feel you can come back on anyone and in any building.
Edwards on Rodman on a switch, finds Neely, and he lays it in. Just camping in there, huh?
I'm so impressed with Michael Jordan's passing today. The ball is on the money to every free guy.
Dumars foul. And that will be the 15th foul against the Bulls. Penalty time.
But you'll see, now watch Neely banging around in there. He's just picking out bodies. It doesn't matter what color shirt you have. He just keeps moving. That's what's nice. And there's your pass right on the money.
Even if it's a white shirt.
There you go.
Foul is on Jordan. You see that scratch on the neck of Ed Neely. Everyone's got some nicks today.
Now, the reason why Joe's a little upset with his shooting is he's number 6 in this league. Shoots right around that 90% mark over 82 games.
15-point Chicago lead. They're up by 16 at the half. 4 minutes going by in the third quarter. Jordan with 22 leads. He's the only Bull in double figures.
You're Chicago now. You do not want to extend the passing lane.
Throw it away. Turnovers.
See, what I see now, Detroit is picking them up higher out, and they're making the passing lanes longer, and then their quickness is getting in there.
That's what the Knicks did against Boston in the first round. Dumars tries to force a pass inside. Paxson has Grant. He was going the express when he should have been the local, maybe.
Well, he didn't extend that time. He broad jumped. You know, he covered a lot of area, except he didn't get up high enough.
7:20 to go in the third. Edwards. Sally will win the fight. Detroit just missing shots today. Close and far away. gets the roll, and Joe leading Detroit with 12-7 here in the third quarter.
Chicago just flatten out. If you flatten out right now, that's what they're going to do. Get Michael B at the top. Let's see if they double team him.
They do with Rodman.
There it is.
Neely is the guy to shoot. Thomas the rebound. 13-point lead, and Detroit pecking away now. Thomas goes around Cartwright. Here's Jordan. He's got Paxson. Basket count. That was Paxson all the way, really.
You're Chuck Daly, you're really exasperated on that one. Just watch this. You have James Edwards, a 7-footer, allowing a 6'1" guard to attack the basket. A, he fouls him. B, with no attempt to go for the shot block.
And that's why William Bedford, who has yet to play in this series, is coming in for the Detroit Pistons. He is an offensive marvel, really, but has his problems defensively. But I think that Chuck Daly wants to get a combination going, so Edwards sits down, and Bedford, who has had to fight back from drug problems and on the Pistons, is in the game.
Chuck is just scrambling. He's trying to buy 5 guys who can get it done.
And a foul inside, and Bedford will go to the line.
Now Bedford during the year, over 82 games, averaged about 6 minutes a game.
Neely's third foul.
William Bedford to the line. He shoots.
He was out of Memphis State and one of the top draft picks in his class several years ago.
Well, he was picked by Phoenix High, and then he came to Detroit in a trade. And as you're looking at him, you know, the coaching staff says he's blessed with great offensive talent. He has the size, long arms. It's just to get him to focus and concentrate as a Detroit Piston. Because there's some talent here trying to get playing time.
I believe. 14-point lead nonetheless for Chicago with 6:15 to go in the third quarter. Jordan goes to 3. Rodman taps it to himself, lost control.
He can pick it up.
He just can't do anything with it if he does.
All that was a
Paxson
fumble.
stripped, and a foul by Neely on Isaiah Thomas.
Great defense by Isaiah, and a very heady play by Neely, because Isaiah was gone. Uncontested layup.
Did you see him slap Neely? You never see that. I don't know, maybe Thomas didn't know it was a Piston he was slapping him.
Now just watch this here. Here's a great steal by Isaiah, and a heads-up play right there by Neely. Now you'll see, he understands. He knows what Neely's job is. Zeke would have done the exact same thing.
Heady play indeed. Thomas with 9 points. And now it's a 12-point game with a lot of time left in the third period. No foul. Double team. Dumars steals it.
They call the time.
22nd timeout, Detroit.
Just Kirsianovich, very smart play. Watch out. We have some fans here throwing some stuff at Rodman and Dumars.
Scott Hastings came off the bench. Normally the quiet Dumars has a few words.
Well, it was excellent hustle that time by the 2 guards and doubling up on Michael Jordan to force the turnover. And when you're playing in a game, you do not, well, it looks like they're going to eject this fella from his front row seat.
Earl Straub maybe giving the fan a warning.
Well, here we have, you're going to see, now there is, the call was made, the ball was thrown by Dumars. Guy threw the ball back, I assume. Now, why Dumars threw the ball in that direction, we can't see on this replay if one of the sideline referees was in that position.
Meanwhile, back at the range at 62-50, and very quietly, or maybe not so quietly, the Pistons have come back from a
security people here, the guys in those yellowish striped jackets, were right on top of that very, very quick and did not allow anything to happen.
Well, they're coached by Phil Jackson, too, out of practice. Now, fans in this arena, like at the Palace in Auburn Hills, are vehement, they're vocal, but they're really quality people, and they really have good conduct.
Detroit defense has been outstanding this quarter, but this is where it's got to improve.
Here's William Bedford. Rodman fighting, gets the offensive rebound and puts it back. Here's the full court pressure, and it's a 10-point game now, and the Pistons are really back in this game.
Oh, yeah, I like the strategy by Detroit. They're coming out and picking up Michael early.
Inside to Grant. Blocked inside by maybe Bedford and Rodman, and Detroit comes out with it with Salad. We'll find out who gets the block. And Paxson fouls Dumars, and he'll shoot two.
See, Paxson right now is frustrated on the call. He's saying something to Jess Kersey. You know, Phil Jackson at the other end thought his player had good position because Dumars was not penetrating north-south to the basket. He was going horizontally. That's why they didn't like that call.
By the way, the foul was the block shot was credited to John Sally. Scottie Pippen on the bench with 4 fouls. Scored all 9 of his points in the first quarter. Craig Hodges will check in for Horace Grant. So now with Will Perdue in there, he becomes the center, so they got a couple of bangers in Perdue and Neely.
Yeah, but you see, you're putting the pressure on Michael Jordan to make everything happen for you off the dribble because Hodgson and Paxson are 2 guys who cannot beat you off the dribble. So Michael is up at a forward position.
Down to an 8-point game with under 5 to play in the third.
Matchup is Rodman on Hodges.
7 on the clock. Perdue. Up and under.
Beautifully executed that time because he allowed the defensive player to clear him.
Thomas gets inside. Misses. Tapped up. Sally to Rodman. Rodman scores. They played volleyball with it before they got the basket.
Hey, this guy, Dennis Rodman, is doing a job here on that defensive glass. His offensive board, he's making it happen.
Plenty of time on the clock. They find Hodges. And he took too many steps.
And not only that, but he just got popped. As the defensive player went by him, it looks like he was hit in the eye area. He better get back and find his man.
That's the 7th turnover by the Bulls in this third quarter as Detroit has really tightened their defense.
See, when you're ahead, what you don't want your team to do is go wild and woolly on you and lose their focus, the concentration.
They double Thomas and a turnover to Chicago.
Now watch, there's your fake. Here comes Rodman. Let's see what he catches him right there with that left hand.
Paxson. It's a 10-point lead. Detroit had it down to 8. The Pistons have outscored Chicago 18-9 since the Bulls had their biggest lead. Dumars all day to try a 3. And he's got it. And now it's 7.
See, when they trapped Dumars and the big man went to the basket, Michael Jordan went back with the big man. That's why Dumars was open.
Dumars is 12 points here in the third quarter. Paxson. Perdue grabs the long board. And Bedford gets called for the foul. Will send Perdue to the line.
Bad foul. Bad foul. Why? Because it puts you in the penalty. Chicago is shooting.
Well, that's why Bedford doesn't get to play much, and defense is not his strong suit.
Well, another thing is, too, is you're asking him to step into a high-pressure game like this and deliver, but more important, play perfectly. Because we're trying to critique him, which isn't fair.
As best we can.
Yeah.
Will Perdue played the fewest minutes of any rookie last year in the league. Here's Vinnie Johnson. He's been on the sidelines a long time. Has scored only 4 points, and Zeke, as they call him, Isaiah Thomas, goes out. B.J. Armstrong in, Paxson out for Chicago. Unlikely people in crucial moments in this game. Purdue in for Chicago, Bedford for Detroit, and they've been in a while.
Well, so the only regular out there for Chicago is Michael Jordan, and they must keep him on the floor with this group.
3 minutes to go in the third quarter. Dumars feels he can beat B.J. Armstrong, and he does, and gets fouled inside.
Timeout, Detroit.
And a timeout called by Detroit. Fouls against Armstrong, number 3 on the rookie from Iowa.
Detroit is coming back. You know, an explosion by Dumars right to the basket. The shot goes up, and here's Rodman working from behind that glass, just keeping the ball alive until something good can happen for him. Now he is put back to himself.
That's what Detroit's done to come back. Still not shooting that well, but forcing turnovers, alert play, and work off the boards has spurred their comeback. They were down by 19 points with about 3 minutes gone by in this third period. They've outscored Chicago 21-10 since then.
The toughest thing when you're coaching a team with a lead, like Phil Jackson is, and you have a lot of young guys, you've got to try to tell them, listen, you can't let that physical defense take away your concentration. Will you please get the ball up into the areas that we wanted to run the set offense?
As long as he says please.
Okay, I'll go along with that.
I was down there with you when the Pistons came out of that halftime dressing room, and they came in early, and I don't think we heard the word please too much. They did. 67-61. They've cut it down to 6 points. Pistons have really made a tremendous inroad here in this third quarter to set up the fourth, and we still have 2:45 to play here.
See where the offense is. We're way outside. There's still 10 seconds, but they're out past the 3.
And they lost it again.
Sure.
Rodman. Armstrong cuts him off. Yeah, by Jordan. What a play by Michael Jordan.
Who else coming from the balcony?
What a fantastic game. Hodges misses a 3. They might have shot too quickly, but they had the numbers in their favor. Dumars hits the 3, and it's now 67-64. Chicago, and this crowd is quieted down.
I like your point about shooting too quick. They got the long rebound. Bam, Detroit scores on it.
And a foul inside. Joe Dumars, by the way, has 22 points now in the game.
Now watch, here comes right. Now look to the left of your screen. You'll see him coming. There it is. Big shot blocked by Michael Jordan.
Sally with his 4th foul, and Jordan will go to the line. He has scored only 2 points in this third quarter.
The concentration by Detroit is that they're picking Michael up way in the backcourt, forcing him to work hard off the dribble, trapping him, and then giving up the basketball. The offense is so far out, it takes them a long time to get it up and get a halfway decent shot attempt.
1 out of 2 for Jordan. Cartwright replaced Will Purdue. Under 2 minutes now in the third. Dumars working against B.J. Armstrong. Rebound by Grant. Jordan working against Sally, who has 4. They find Grant. No basket. And a foul on William Bedford before the shot.
Well, Chuck is looking at that saying, that's not so bad. I mean, Grant had an uncontested layup there that he put in. So, hey, he fouled the guy. Let's force him to go to the basket now and make the 2 foul shots.
William Bedford hasn't scored, doesn't have many rebounds, if any. Yet when he came in the game, Detroit really changed a little bit of their count.
I like it.
Lane Beer is in. Bedford will go out. No numbers to show, but Bedford contributed.
Well, he gave him an excellent excellent time. He had a major big body in there that was contested, people. Chuck was dissatisfied with James Edwards' defensive aggressiveness today.
Hodges gets the ball after one free throw by Grant. Pippen, by the way, is in there playing with 4 fouls. He's back in. Time remaining in the third. Hodges with 7 on the clock against Vinnie Johnson. One shot, rebound by Lambier.
Vinny's smart. Vinny's making Hodges because he knows that he does not want to take it all the way to the hole. So he's forcing him to shoot the long jumper.
5-point lead with under a minute to go for the Bulls in the third. Vinnie Johnson. Rodman, rebound, and it's a 3-point game, and the Pistons are coming. They may be here.
Hey, when you're playing Dennis Rodman, you better put your body in the center of his chest and block him out.
Here's Cartwright. Slapped away by Vinnie Johnson. Plenty of time on the clock. Armstrong hits from the corner. 2-point basket.
The reason why that's good for BJ is because they're attacking him and attacking him off the dribble. Whoever is playing him, Dumars now is going to take him one-on-one or put him in a pick and roll.
Differential of about 6 seconds. And the basket by Joe Dumars. No traveling called against Joe Dumars.
See, Chuck is saying, listen, he was dribbling the basketball. He was dribbling the basketball. He took the necessary steps and elevated. That's the major complaint there.
Playing for the last shot of the period. The Pistons were down by 19. They cut it to 3 in this quarter. Now it's 5. Lambier fouled by Cartwright with 0.7 seconds remaining.
Keep an eye on Dumars right now. See, now once he comes across, there is your 1, 2, 3. Good call. Good call that time. You allowed the 2 steps and an elevation.
So going to the line will be Bill Lambier.
Tell you what, this was a costly foul.
He shoots 2.
You're right, because Chicago won't get a chance. And they can cut it to 3.
I like Lambier stepping up after game 3 and saying, you know, we didn't concentrate enough, and I'm one of the guilty parties. You know, he said, I had my first donut of my career. And when you think how long this guy has been playing.
I was surprised he had never been shut out. 71-68. And that'll do it. What a huge comeback by the Detroit Pistons, led by Joe Dumars, who was quiet in game 3 and most of this one. That's the end of the third period. The Bulls are up by 3, and we'll return to Chicago Stadium after this message and a word from your local station.
At the stadium, game 4 as we head into the final period. The 1990 NBA playoffs continue here on CBS. It's the Bulls by 3. I'm Tim Brandt courtside, and a big story developing. Dennis Rodman, in between periods, sat down, had his left ankle retaped. I just talked to him. He said it is really sore. He's going to see how it goes the rest of the way. Dick?
All right, Tim, thank you very much. And Rodman has 8 of Detroit's 16 offensive rebounds, and a big advantage for the Pistons in that department.
Well, not only the rebounding factor, but the defense, because they can move him halfway down in this fourth quarter onto Michael Jordan and feel somewhat secure. Also, they need him to have his quickness versus Scottie Pippen off the dribble.
Horace Grant, B.J. Armstrong, Scottie Pippen, Bill Cartwright, and Michael Jordan for the Bulls starting the fourth. Vinnie Johnson is on Michael now. Armstrong over Thomas. Rebound by Rodman. That's his 16th of the game.
You have to be careful if you're Chicago now. You must know who the scorers are and where to get them the ball when there's more than 10 seconds on the shot clock.
33-20. Big edge for Detroit. Brought him back big in the third quarter.
Yeah, Isaiah wants to take it down, BJ.
Thomas. Beer wins the fight. Starts the new clock. Smart player is Bill Laimbeer.
Not afraid to sacrifice his body under there.
Vinnie Johnson. Rebound by Armstrong. Vinnie only 4 points today. Hit 2 in a row at one time, and that was it. Michael ducks in and gets it. 25 down for Jordan.
What a great move. They say release your jump shot, you know, on the way up or at the top of your jump. He released that one on a broad jump.
There's the offensive rebounding story. A broad jump is good. Sally against Cartwright. Air ball. The foul against the Pistons.
Excellent defense that time by Billy Cartwright on Sally. You don't have to double team him down in that low post area. Just let Cartwright belly up on him. Now watch this head fake and step under. How about that? Really moving forward and nothing but net.
That was Rodman with his third. Michael again. Fouled, and Rodman may have picked up number 4 again. He did. You think Jordan wants to make this his quarter?
See, he feels that anytime he's at the top of the circle, he can shoot over Vinnie Johnson. And that's true. Rodman was just late coming over on that double team. Definitely foul. You'll see it right now. Now watch, see, Vinnie's pushing him into the double team. Now here it comes from the right-hand side. There it is right there. Caught him right below the wrist.
Only 2 Bulls in double figures besides Jordan. Paxson has 11.
See, a lot of times you can get away with hitting a jump shooter on the elbow or right above the elbow on his release.
Chicago. Man-to-man pressure. Seven-point lead. Pick and roll. Rodman almost had his head separated from his neck. And the foul is on Michael Jordan, his third, and the first team foul against the Bulls.
That was an excellent pick and roll. And now just watch this beautiful pass. Splitting the people. Dennis going strong. That's the way to attack the basket.
Rodman already with 15 points and 16 rebounds. And has missed only once from the line today.
He's been outstanding on the foul line today. Every bit as much as he has on the offensive board.
He knew it was off. 6-point lead, Chicago.
The fans wanted Cartwright to rotate that ball.
Jordan misses, Rodman the rebound. Inside, Sally. Position, Sally draws the foul. And that will be the second foul against Chicago, and a timeout called early here in the fourth quarter of game number 4, which Chicago desperately needs to even the series. There's New York Knicks guard Trent Tucker here in Chicago, native of Detroit. If you've just joined us in an exciting game number 4 here at the stadium in Chicago. Detroit has gone to the line 17 times more than Chicago. Michael Jordan having a typical Jordan game, but Rodman, both in scoring and off the boards, has been big. And Detroit coming back because of their work off of the glass in the third quarter and again here in the fourth.
If I'm coaching Chicago, I know that I must improve my offensive flow. By that I mean getting the ball from half court to the top of the circle to get into my offensive set. It's not happening. They're being pushed out. If I'm Detroit, I know that I can do it defensively.
Tim Brandt.
Jackson took a deep breath in that huddle, told his guys just to settle down. It's their game. But he looked at B.J. Armstrong and said, hey, B.J., you've got the shots, and you've got to take them. Then he looked at Michael and just said, do your thing.
Sally on the line.
Throughout the 11 games, this is the 12th in the playoffs. Sally is leading Detroit in foul shot attempts.
He makes the second, and it's a 5-point game. Each team with 2 team fouls committed thus far.
See Isaiah gambling for the steals, feeling that he can catch up to BJ, that he's not going to take and penetrate on him.
The shot clock. Vinnie Johnson on Jordan. Sally comes along to help. Forget it. Jordan again, 29.
That time, that was the best ball movement they've had in about 6 or 7 minutes.
Detroit 0 for 4 from the field. They had a big dry spell in the second quarter today. Rodman tips it in.
They want offensive goaltending. That was a poor fadeaway by Lambert, but once again, Rodman right there on the offensive glass.
Here's Pippen. It's a big jumper. By the way, Pippen and Grant are both out there with 4 fouls. Bulls staying at arm's length of the Pistons.
Everything with Detroit. Pick and roll, Dick.
There it is again. And there it is again.
You say why? Because they keep double teaming Isaiah. The roll guy has been open the last 2 times. All you got to do is make the pass. He has an uncontested shot.
As you would say, it's there all day.
Yes, indeed. You've got to do something defensively over in that huddle of how they're going to cover.
Michael Jordan goes in and draws the foul. Very hard foul. As hard as we've seen, and we've seen a lot of those kinds in this series.
Well, you know, at the end of the series last year, Michael Jordan made a great statement. He said, every time I play against Detroit, I feel like I've been in a fight. Watch the forearm right there. That was really a blow. So over the summer, Michael put in $40,000 worth of weight into his house to build up his body so that at this time of the year, he'd have the stamina to withstand this kind of punishment.
He could anticipate it. It wasn't Lambert anyway, even though you saw the collision. It was Vinnie Johnson with the personal foul.
Yes, but I do believe we saw him get nailed.
If you ask Michael who hit him, he'd know.
Was it that truck?
Who wore that number 40 on the license plate. 4 minutes gone by now in the 4th period.
In a game like this, you're not going to get that cheap stuff.
Thomas in the lane. Worked it perfectly at the native Chicago and cuts it to 4.
Well, he knows. See, in game 3, he kept taking BJ and shot over him all afternoon. And that's what he knew right there. I'll break him down and take him down inside.
Double team on Jordan. Pippen. Plenty of time. Jordan giving the shot top of the key. Rebound by Pippen. And they're going to call Isaiah Thomas with the foul. 3 on Isaiah. And that is the 4th team foul on Detroit. 1 more. Pistons in the penalty. Paxson will be checking in.
That's right. See, that's a good gamble by Isaiah. Because all this entire half, they came back because of their aggressiveness. You do not want to put guys being tentative when if he did get that and a no call, it would have been a layup at the other end.
32 for Michael Jordan, so he has scored at least 30 in 3 of the 4 games. It's 6-point lead by the Bulls, trying to even the series at 2-2. And a foul against Detroit.
They just ran what we call a stagger screen on the baseline. 3 different guys picked Isaiah's man.
Violation for illegal pick.
It was an illegal pick.
Detroit. Timeout, Chicago.
No foul, but it'll count as a turnover.
Chuck Daly That's how they make their bread and butter on that base. Blocks it. Here's Rodman. See, no goaltender. Right up in there. Now on this pick and roll, watch how they double team Isaiah. Allow the roll in. Now watch the catch and the shot. He never comes down. Banks it in beautifully off the glass.
That 19 rebound effort ties his playoff career high. And I would have a hunch he'll get maybe another one before the end of this game. 7 minutes to go. Jordan setting a pick in the backcourt.
Well, the toughness there is Isaiah's hand checking Paxson all over the place.
Against Dumars, Jordan. Incredible turnaround shot, Hubie.
Well, it's so quick, and they're going to the baseline. He took away the opportunity of the double team.
Now Chicago is up by 8 after Detroit had narrowed to 3 points. Plenty of time left. But you wonder about the Pistons' effort, whether they got anything left. Dumars throws up an air ball, puts in the rebound. Detroit may have to regroup again before this is over.
Well, Detroit, they're not coming smoothly within their offensive sets, and they're not picking anyone.
Cartwright. Foul. Basket good by Cartwright.
See, that's Cartwright at his best on the baseline down there. He gives you a little freeze move, and then he turns and he throws that fadeaway jump shot.
He hasn't done much in this series, but just when you least expect it, he'll come up with a big play.
It's hard to execute and get double figures when you only get 5 or 6 shots a game.
The 11-point lead now for the Bulls. Dumars tries to get it into Sally, and Pippen has it.
Chicago defense, outstanding. Everyone is covering.
Jordan, foul. But Chicago has regrouped in a huge way here in the fourth.
How would you like to be Michael Jordan and say you're going to play this game?
Yes.
And every time you bang, you're just going to stop and pull up and take a jump shot. He just challenged 4 guys in the lane that time, took the hits. He's walking to the foul line and says, all I'm going to do is not get my foul shot.
How about just how would you like to be Michael Jordan? 36 for Jordan. And it's a 13-point lead now with 5:35 to go. Edwards fouled. Edwards had committed the last 2 fouls for Detroit.
Joe Dumars got popped pretty good. He's a little groggy here. He's like staggering around a little bit.
Edwards will shoot. At the conclusion of our game, Hubie and I will select the Miller Lite Player of the Game. And in conjunction with the award, Light Beer will present a check in the amount of $1,000 in the player's name to the National Multiple Sclerosis Society.
Why is he struggling today on the line? Edwards on the line today, 3 for 8.
7 on the shot clock. Isolate. 1 second. Jordan. He got it off in time, missed, and here comes a 3-on-2. Jordan back in the flow. Dumars draws the foul as Jordan goes crashing into the cameraman in the first row.
Chicago
in front of him.
foul, Michael Jordan.
4th on Jordan. Bulls are trying to extend the series and make it a 6-game affair. Best of 3. Game Wednesday will be at the Palace. And if the Bulls hold on and win game number 6, will be Friday night on CBS, beginning at 9 o'clock Eastern right here at Chicago Stadium. And they're going to bring William Bedford back. He was a positive force the last time Chuck Daly used him. And Edwards goes out. 9 points today for James Edwards. minutes remaining.
Chicago doing a nice job at getting the ball up inside now and running all of their things below the foul line area to free people.
Detroit already in the penalty and fouls. Pippen with a fake on Rodman. Grant beats Thomas to the ball. Paxson for three.
Oh, boy.
Going to be tough for Detroit now.
Big shot by Paxson.
Thomas. Basket good and a foul. And they got it down to 12 again. Foul on Jordan, his fifth.
Now watch this hustle by Grant. He's blocked out, and now he is out hustling the defender to that loose ball, and it ends up with a three-point shot.
But Michael Jordan now has his fifth personal foul. Thomas completes the three-point play, and it's 92 to 81.
Still plenty of time here, 4 minutes and 20 seconds.
But they got to keep Jordan in the game. Paxson blocked. 11 seconds for Chicago.
You're Detroit now. There are two areas. You cannot let him get in the paint for the easy layup, and then you must hold him the one-shot opportunity.
Bedford got a piece of that one. Jordan, quick turnaround. Rodman stepped on the line. He tried not to. Boy, did he try.
Well, he was pirouetting that time, and he lost his balance. And he knew he didn't even want to throw it back underneath that basket because how about if Chicago intercepted it? There was a Chicago shirt right there.
Under 4 minutes to go now in the fourth period. Cartwright. Another big hoop by Bill Cartwright.
Isaiah will challenge.
And they'll go to the line again. So Isaiah Thomas, as he loves to go to Chicago, this is his town and his stadium. And he shows it nearly every time he's here.
Now he hits this, you're down 10, 3:30 to go. You know that you can get that accomplished. But the thing about Isaiah, all throughout his career, when a game is on the line, he's taking it to the basket, attacking the rim.
Michael Jordan will go out of the game. He has 5 fouls, but Scottie Pippen also has 5. So those are very important issues that the Bulls face now.
Well, right now, you're Detroit. You've got to buckle up.
Grant keeps it alive. So Jordan goes out briefly.
Both teams are in the foul situation, the penalty.
Cartwright finds Paxson. Basket counts and a foul. Boy, that's gravy with Jordan out of the game, Hubie.
That was a very heady cut by John Paxson. Watch this. He comes from the other side of the floor and beat his man. That was beautiful. Rodman rotated in there to try to block that shot.
And Rodman picks up his 5th foul.
See, that was the unexpected because Paxson usually stays out wide.
17 for Paxson. He had scored only 11 points in the first 3 games. So he has come out alive in this one. Thomas drives around him, foul. And Isaiah very nearly had a chance for his 3rd 3-point situation. Plenty of timeouts for both teams. Both teams in the penalty foul-wise.
See, the frustration with Chuck. You know that you're doing a good job up at this end offensively right now. Isaiah's playing terrific for you. He's getting fouled, plus he's scoring and getting fouled. But at the other end, they just cannot stop Chicago.
Jordan is back. Grant goes out. There's the foul trouble story. 3 players in trouble. Thomas is 10 for 10 from the line today. 11-point game with 3 minutes left.
This is smart. They give Pippen the ball out in the open floor. Rodman knows if he gambles, Pippen will fly right by him.
Dumar's doing a number on Jordan. Lost the ball. Last touch by Detroit, and a timeout call by the Pistons.
Well, see, Michael wants the foul because as he's coming down in there, you'll see him. Now watch. Watch how he gets bumped and grabbed. All right, right there. There's your first bump. And then he felt that he got hit right there below the waist.
Looked like he did.
Did you know
This year, the Chicago Bulls looking to even the best-of-7 Eastern Final at 2 apiece. And the Portland Trailblazers tied with Phoenix 2-2. Now, game number 5 of that series will be on CBS tomorrow night at 9 o'clock Eastern Time from Portland, where the Trailblazers have been impeccable at home. There's the timeout story. No fouls to give. Each team with 3, and the Bulls have a 20.
You know, in talking to Phil Jackson the other day before Game 3, what did he say? We need to score 100 in order to win. Number 2, we were not intimidated versus Milwaukee and Philadelphia, but we might have been intimidated games 1 and 2. Hey, games 3 and 4, everything has gone his way.
That's why they talk about holding serve.
On the line, Detroit ball.
And a turnover, and that's the first turnover of the quarter. Stepped on the line. So Neely is in the game, and the Bulls with a turnover now. Detroit, let's see how they respond. Paxson staying with Isaiah. Open in the corner, Vinnie Johnson. Blocked by Pippen. Thomas with 6 seconds. Sally with the offensive rebound. Puts it back.
John Sally.
And it's a 9-point game.
Great hustle by Isaiah.
Winding down to 2 minutes to go in the 4th. Chicago led by 16 at the half.
Now they're flattening out now, and they could go 2-man or let Michael play by himself in the middle.
Lost his footing and lost the ball. Under 2 minutes to go now. Isaiah Thomas inside. Sally again, and he's hit by Neely. And that's an NBA playoff foul at this time of year.
Listen, Sally is committing right now 2 key offensive boards, and he's going to get the opportunity. Here's the strip. He slips down on the floor, allowing Isaiah to get in there for the double team and kick it loose. Now watch what happens here. See, excellent defense. Make the shooter shoot over the top of you. Key rebound by Sally.
Foul is on Neely. He's got 5.
Returning for Chicago, Horace Grant.
Neely will go out, and Horace Grant will replace Ed Neely. Another fine effort for Ed.
You know, Sally's time has been cut down today because of all the foul trouble he's been in. But he's been averaging close to 7 foul shots a game. And when you do that in right around 20 minutes, you're really doing your job.
97-90 in favor of the Bulls. Minute and 45 seconds away from evening this best-of-7.
Now Detroit scrambling, looking for the double team.
Here's Cartwright, guarded by Rodman. Paxson off the screen. Only blue shirts underneath, and Detroit coming in now with a minute and a half, down by 7. Dumars for 3. Rodman trying to keep it alive, and their last touch by Cartwright, according to Jess Kersing.
Great hustle by Rodman. Definitely kept that one alive in the midst of 2 white shirts.
Full 24 seconds. Thomas in the corner. Oh, he's got it again.
Vinnie Johnson, big play.
And Isaiah Thomas sneaks in to make it a 5-point game.
How many gags in the history of this game at Zeke's size ever go down in there like that? He constantly challenges with the game on the line. Chicago now, you can't waste a lot of time without getting a good offensive shot.
10 seconds on the shot clock. Jordan puts it up. Foul. Pistons on an 8-0 run, and Isaiah Thomas capped it on the last quarter.
Keep an eye on Isaiah. Look at this. He's exhausting all of his options here. Now as he steps through and splits, look at that soft release.
Michael Jordan.
Sally with his 5th personal foul. Jordan will have 38 points, second highest for him in this series.
During the season, he gets about 8+ a game. But at playoff time, he always elevates. He's averaging 11 free throws.
He makes them both. And the Bulls lead by 7 with under a minute to go. Jordan's gone to the line 15 times today, the most. At the half, produced by Eric Main and directed by Robert Martina. The senior producer of CBS Sports is David Winter, and the executive producer of CBS Sports is Ted Shaker.
An interesting stat in this game. In the second half, Detroit has attempted 32 foul shots, 47 for the game to only 26 for Chicago.
Mind-boggling. Thomas gets in again. And we nearly had an interference situation, but he'll go to the line to shoot 2 with 52 seconds. That's less than 4 seconds went off the clock. Cartwright commits the foul.
Chuck was hoping for that one. It almost caught the front of the rim and dropped right back in.
Cartwright has 5. So Scottie Pippen, Bill Cartwright, Michael Jordan, and Ed Neely all with 5 for the Bulls. For the Pistons, they have got Rodman and Sally with 5. Here's Gerald Henderson coming in late in the game, and they're letting Rodman go out with 5, and he's limping off. I think his ankle's bothering him.
He's limping off, but also you're bringing in a 3-point shooter. So you have Thomas and you have Henderson out there, and it's interesting that Aguirre has not seen any action in the second half.
Yes, it is. Dumars gambling for the steal, commits the foul on Jordan.
Detroit personal foul, Joe Dumars, his 3rd.
Calculated steal attempt by Dumars to try to set something up with a 5-point deficit in less than a minute to go.
Well, you're going all out for the steal. If you don't get the steal, you want to foul because you want to stop the shot at the clock itself from moving.
So Jordan on the line already with 15 attempts. Ed Neely will go in for Cartwright.
You know, it's like people say, well, why don't you foul somebody who's not a good foul shooter? Well, naturally, the Bulls are going to keep the ball in the hands of the guys who are outstanding.
It's nice to say, will the worst foul shooter please handle the ball? How many times do you hear that?
Well, Michael, 85 for the year, over 82 games.
Dennis Rodman massaging that ankle. Tim Brandt told us earlier about the problems he's had with it. 40 points for Michael Jordan, who had 47 in Game 3, and the Bulls trying to win them both now. Rebounds today for the Pistons, as the Bulls are trying to make it 16 in a row at home, both in regular season and postseason, and send it back to Auburn Hills for Game 5.
Well, right now, Detroit has 4 guards out on the floor, all 3-point shooters. The rebounder for them is John Sally. On any miss, you'll see the ball go right back out, and he'll drive the threes.
Gerald Henderson inbounding. He's got Thomas, Sally, Vinnie Johnson, and Dumars. Sally gets a quick basket. And Vinnie Johnson fouls Pippen, but very little time has gone off the clock, and they're trying to hope that Chicago misses a free throw somewhere along the way.
Well, very smart basketball. They're trying for the steal. It's not there. Foul quickly. Force Chicago to make the foul shots. All right, you still have 1 timeout left. You still can move the ball a half court. You're sitting in a 5-point deficit right now.
If you're behind, you want to stop the clock as much as possible. Pippen, one of those playing with 5 fouls. Still 7 points. The Bulls have hung in there. Vinnie Johnson, long range, hits 3-point basket. A 4-point game and another foul. Henderson stops the clock by fouling Jordan with 37.4 seconds left.
See what you're seeing here is that Detroit has 4 guards out on the floor, so there's a lot of quickness mismatches. All right, give Michael Jordan credit and Pippen. They made 4 foul shots in a row. If Chicago's going to trap the guy on the inbounds pass and then they go over the top, well, one of these 3-point shooters is going to be free.
Not only have they actually have made 7 in a row from the line when it was 97-90 with 1:51 left. And they can go 8 in a row if Jordan can hit this for his 42nd point. When you make your free throws under this circumstance, it's tough to come back. Thomas down the middle.
See, what he's saying is that we're going to go for the quick 2, and we're just going to try to keep stopping that clock.
And it's Pippen who gets fouled by Isaiah Thomas, and hopefully they miss a free throw if you're thinking like Detroit, and you make a 3 and you can narrow it down. But time is beginning to run out now.
What you're trying to do is give yourself the chance to win. You want to score quickly, all right, then try for the steal, but they have not been able to get a steal yet. But that's not saying that they're not trying. They're doing all the correct things. But at this end of the floor, Chicago is answering the bell under extreme pressure.
There's the miss. Chicago gets it. That's a critical game.
Very big.
Critical play in this game.
He'll hold until he gets fouled.
The whole strategy by Detroit backfires because of that. Foul.
Nice execution. Keep the ball moving. Once Michael got the double team, he's getting rid of it.
It was a good idea until the Bulls got the offensive rebound, and Chicago appears that they'll hold on. And going back to Auburn Hills 2-2 with Detroit. John Sally is fouled out of the game, and Mark Aguirre, who may not be feeling very good at playing little time back in his hometown of Chicago, replaces him.
You're sitting in a 5-point game right now. Grant shooting 2. If they get any kind of misses in this situation, remember, Detroit still has 1 timeout left, and you have 15 seconds on this clock.
Barring a miracle, the Bulls will hold serve.
The reason why this is so significant in making it is that Grant and Pippen only shoot 68% from the line over an 82-game schedule.
And they came up big in the final moments. Timeout Detroit. The Chicago Bulls have hit 10 of 11 free throws down the stretch. Lead by 7, and the Pistons.
You're Detroit. You're bringing in Mark Aguirre. Remember, he's an excellent three-point shooter. Plus, you have 4 guards out there. You have no timeouts left.
Thomas. And the Bulls can hold it for the rest of the game, but they won't, because they'll go to the line and get a chance to shoot again. Vinnie Johnson fouls Scottie Pippen. But they can start celebrating here in Chicago because they'll have a 6th game Friday night here.
I've been impressed all day by their activity, their quickness, the Bulls. How tough they were in setting an intimidating type of physical defense, something which Detroit is famous for. They took it to them. They double-teamed them so hard on the side and on the baseline early and set the tone.
And they withstood a furious defensive rush by the Pistons that gave Detroit still enough time to take over the lead in the 4th quarter, and that showed a lot of what the mettle and what they're all about, too.
Absolutely. And the foul shooting outside right here at the end has been outstanding.
Pistons 1-2 at home, and the Bulls now 7-0 at home in the playoffs. 2-2. This series is all even. Right now, let's go to Tim Brand. Timmy.
Michael, you got what you came home for. You got both wins. Your reaction to this game?
Well, we defended our home court very well. I think the key points were we made our free throws down the stretch. They made some key defensive plays to get themselves back into the ball game, and we kept our poise, and that's great to do in these situations.
Very physical game. I saw you at the end telling Phil how tired you were. Your reaction to that?
Well, I played a lot of minutes, and I was really just trying to keep my intensity on the defensive end, and I really got a little tired, and PJ gave me a little rest, and other guys really stepped up and gave us the contributions, which kind of eliminated me working quite as hard as down the stretch.
How has the series changed now going back to Detroit? Can you look ahead now?
Well, we're going to have to look at the next game and go in there and try to steal one. I think we have defended our home court very well. We even the series up, and right now we have